video. Before we get started, please go ahead on and hit that subscribe button. Just like the video right off the bat. Let's just get that out the way. Let's get started. So as you can see, we set down some center caps. We're gonna get those guys coated today. All right. Pro tip: I always start any of my rattle can projects with some hot water in this styrofoam bucket. It's black because a buddy of mine, he rhino lined it. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, I know. But anyway, we always start with hot water because we want that can to be extremely warm. Makes spraying a whole lot easier. Reduces clumps. Even lay of paint when we use hot water and get that can nice and warm before we spray. Now that we got our bucket filled with water, I guess it's a good thing. Time to go ahead on and put that can in the water so we can get it warm, right? All right, so let's head outside and man, let's get started. So just as another pro tip, we let that can sit for probably about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so before we get started, right? So I have my prep there, Mother CMX. Right now I'm taking those, the best plastic covers on those caps, just peeling those off to get them ready so we can wipe them down, right? The reason why I'm spraying these things black, because they're chrome. I don't have any chrome on the car. The wheels are now black. Let's get them close to where we want to be until we get what we're really going to be putting on, right? So going to coat that rag really nice using a nice microfiber. Always use microfiber when you're wiping and cleaning things down, man. It's just the perfect rag, right? All right, so that's another good pro tip also. Make sure you wipe them down really nice, man, so you can get a good adhesion, whatever that word is, to the caps with the Plasti dip. And I'm using Plasti dip so I can peel them if I want to, recycle those later. We don't ruin them. All right, so now that they've been sitting for a while, those cans are nice and clean. I mean, those center caps, excuse me, are clean. The can is nice and warm. We got to get that thing a nice shake and get it nice and mixed up really nice so we can start putting on our first coat. Pro tip, guys. Pro tip for Plasti dip and putting on the first coat. Always, we want to always use a very thin, light layer on the first coat. As a matter of fact, I recommend doing that on the first 2 coats on anything that you're doing with Plasti dip, be it rattle cans or if you're going to be using their system, their spraying system. What does it do? It gives you a starting point, right? It gives something for the rest of the Plasti dip to stick to, excuse me. Still working this tongue thing out. It doesn't work all the time. Please forgive me, guys. But yeah, it gives a surface for it to stick to. As you can see, super light coat. It looks as though there's very little on those center caps, right? So great way to start. So as we go through the process, always shake the can after we get started. Do a test spray, and we start layering our coats. As you can see, I go in multiple directions because I want to make sure I'm hitting every area of that center cap evenly. As we go through this process, I literally put on about 5 to 6 coats. Right now we're working on the 3rd coat. Now this coat can be heavy, right? So as you can see, I'm slowing my process down a little bit, and I'm spraying heavier wet coats. What does this do? It lays down a heavier layer of Plasti dip on the center caps. But that's once it dries, as you can see, it dries super smooth. So it looked bumpy when you first put it on, but when it dries smooth. This is the fourth coat. Again, wet coats at this point. I can go pretty heavy and not worry about messing it up. You don't want to go too heavy because then it will run. You still want to make sure you're keeping it from running, hitting all corners, making sure you're not leaving anything out. As I said, I put 5 coats on, and unfortunately, camera died. But hey, here's the finished product, guys.
Young Shy Beats.
Yep, I think they came out pretty nicely. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Don't forget to come back for more. Let's finish looking at these wheels before we close out. You guys have a great day. Hey, don't forget, you guys are designed for greatness. There's nothing about you average, so don't be average. Peace.